It's the portion of the show you've been waiting for, the Who Wants a District Win portion of the program.
Everybody does.
17-5A has two teams in the cellar, Connolly and University. Cougars 0-4, Trojans 0-3. So against their will, someone was going to have to win this game tonight.
Something's got to give.
Something has got to give. So we say, let's go to the highlights. And here we go. Right off 35, Connolly High School, the site for this one. First quarter action, it's Robert Patterson taking the snap and scoring. Cougars on the board early. Jason Cecil decked out in the pink, pleased with his offense. Second quarter, Waco punting. Gabe Roberts returning and doing a nice job of it. Is he going to go the distance? Not quite, but a nice return. And it'll set up a 30-yard field goal that is booted through the uprights to make it 10-0. And Connolly is your winner. 16-8.
Beware of drones when you're shooting St. Stephen's and St. Andrews.
They're always watching.
They're always watching. St. Stephen's erupts early. Taylor Brown over the middle. The Grant Owens, 47 yards there. 7-0 St. Stephen's. All right. St. Andrews with the football here. We've got a fumble, and it is recovered. I got confused, but you'll see. It's Uzoma Akanebu returning it for a touchdown for St. Stephen's. 14-0 Spartans. Look, dogs on the field at
Oh,
St.
my
Stephen's.
goodness.
Would Stanley Berman like to be there?
Stanley would have some overload if he was there.
Overly
He'd be all over the
stimulated.
place, yeah.
Good place for dogs, and long touchdowns here for St. Andrews. Evan Marshman to Blaze Herman, making it 14-7 St. Andrews, but St. Stephen's wins the rivalry 41-19.
I said that the first highlights in this block is what you were waiting for. No, that's a lie. This is what you were waiting for. We got the buttons. Central Catholic hosting San Antonio Christian. Look who's there. It's Corey Robinson, David's son, the star at Notre Dame, who scored, but the ref said he didn't. Florida State wins. All right, Lions defense shows up. Joseph Nava on the other end gets into the end zone, 12 yards, 7-zip buttons. Lions plagued by turnovers, however. They put that on the ground. Buttons are on it. Buttons are a winner. You can never say buttons too much.
Buttons.
That's one of our many philosophies here on the show. 39-27 buttons.
All right, you have seen a lot of highlights from tonight's games. You need to know what happened last night, though, because that impacts tonight to a large degree. We've shown a couple of these games in districts where teams are fighting for that fourth place spot in the district, so critical to get into the postseason. Last night, Mike, Pflugerville and Westwood, a game that really both of these teams had to win if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive.
But George Herman's team and Anthony Wood's team in a position where, just like you said, they needed this victory if they want to keep their season going after the end of the regular season. So let's go to the highlights. Check in on Pflugerville and Westwood. Pflugerville gets on the board first. Quincy Ray fights his way across the goal line. They're tied up. Pflugerville up 7-0. Later first. Now it's 14-3. Play action. Drake Williams gets behind the defense. Zach Milner finds him running free, and he's into the end zone, 55 yards. Panthers in command, 21-3, and they're going to pour it on. Second quarter, it's a toss to Damon Johnson, who makes it look easy. He weaves in and out of some traffic and finds a lot of green turf in front of him. Long touchdown run, and a lot of those for the Panthers, who pick up a much-needed win, 45-23.
All right, let's check in on Bowie and Hayes. You know what's going to be, look at those kicks right there. Those are nice. First quarter here, Bowie's Preston Wheeler. 5 touchdown passes in the game for him, and this one's a beauty. 76 yards to Josh Wainwright, 7-0 Bulldogs. You know what's going to be a big game next week? Foreshadowing here.
Oh, yeah.
Bowie, Lake Travis.
Oh, yeah.
District championship on the line in that one. Good bet it's our game of the week. But back to last night, dogs were all over Hayes. Defense comes up with the fumble recovery there, and that would lead to Wheeler once again to Ben Setterquist for a 32-yard score, 14-0 Dogs. And then in the second quarter, let's give Wheeler one more to Cole Kuykendall. This one makes it 21-0 Bulldogs. Jeff Abel's team, what a season for them. 41-7, Bowie wins that one.
Who does Cole Kuykendall make you think of?
James Kirkendall.
Bingo.
Yep.
Wagner trying to get back in the playoff race while Smithson Valley looking to solidify their spot. Thunderbirds down big in the third, but on the comeback trail, here's Eric Tillman throwing, and he has got a receiver for a touchdown.
I think this is Tillman coming up here on the run.
Is this Tillman?
This is him.
Here he comes.
84 yards.
84 yards. That's a nice run down the sideline. That's a guy who's got some breakaway speed. 84 yards. Also had an 87-yard run. Finished with 242 yards. As we'll show you one more highlight here. But Smithson Valley all over Wagner, 36-14.
All right, we talked about Brennan earlier in the show. Undefeated on the season. Maybe a big matchup coming up with Brandeis in a little bit. Look at this. All you need to know about this one is Deshaun Key, the Bears quarterback. He went crazy. First quarter, 65-yard run for a touchdown, past the entire defense, 7-zip Brennan. And then later, it is Key on the ground once again, 80 yards to the house. Key finished with 181 yards in the game on 6 carries. That's a good average. 3 rushing touchdowns. Brennan, so good this season. 69-0, the final there.
I'm feeling good about these highlights because I shot them and wrote the shot sheet. Big 26-5A battle, 2 3-1 teams. Crockett and LBJ. Jags took control in the first. First possession, Zach Ochoa throws, picked off by Robert Satterwhite, who takes it inside Crockett territory. A future Jay cheerleader there. A few plays later, Jags into the end zone. Avery Jackson to DeAndre Wojtaski, 29 yards on that hookup. There's Avery Jackson's dad, Andrew Jackson, the head coach of the team. Later, Jackson, he keeps it this time. 28 yards around the right side and into the end zone. 14-0 Jags there. We'll pull up the final and show you that LBJ won comfortably, 59-22. So those are a look back at some of the games last night. We want to take you back to tonight, our Austin game of the week. Huge win for Elgin over Hutto, and I understand we've got some of the key cogs in that Elgin attack on the phone with us.
Yeah, we always. Well, I don't know if they're on the phone with us, but we're going to chat
Excuse me, we've got.
I mean, maybe they're on the phone. I don't know.
In TV, generally better to have them on television than on the phone. So let's choose the on the phone option.
Yeah.
Or the on TV option. Here they come.
We've got double the action on the interview side for you tonight. We've got the Snell Brothers here, Kyle and Colin, who are responsible for the game-winning touchdown out here against Hutto. Guys, you've done that plenty of times before. We're not exactly sure the number. We just talked about that. We can't count them all, but I guess how did it feel throwing the pass, first of all, and then we'll talk to Colin how it felt catching it.
To be honest, at the beginning of the play, I was pretty nervous. He's a little more open than I expected him to be, but I just trusted my brother. I put it out there for him to catch it, and he made a great catch, and the rest is a win.
Colin, you said, wow, you don't like that comment?
No.
Are you always open?
Most of the time. But no, Hutto has a great defense, and I just knew that once he bit on that slant, I knew I had him to the outside because, I mean, he's been covering me good all game, and I'm just glad I finally got one on him to win the game.
To recap, for those of you who didn't know, 20 seconds left on the clock when this play happened. So what was going on in that timeout right before, and what's going through your guys' head as you try and overcome the Hippos there at the very last second?
Well, we had a play called, actually, in the last second. We had a coach up in the press box who changed it right then, so we just went for it, and it worked out for us.
And Colin, what was it like battling against those guys and them to be able to finally close it out?
Oh man, it was great. You know, they were working me all night. The corner had a great play over there when I dropped it, but just to get that final touchdown to win the game was just amazing, and I'm just going to celebrate it.
And you guys got new coach, Coach Garfield, and you guys are 4-0 in district so far now. I mean, that's kind of an epic season considering coaching changes usually give you guys some hiccups. So what does that say about your team tonight to see you guys move to 4-0 in district?
With the new coaching staff, we just together as a team really got really close, and we're just as a team we're really close, and we've been working hard every week and ready and prepared for the Friday nights, and it's just been paying off.
And Colin, what do you think it's going to take for you guys to finish out the season the way you guys are hoping to?
Oh, we're just going to have to stay together as a team and trust our new coach, Coach Garfield, and we're just going to have to come together and let us play. Yeah.
All right, Snell Brothers out here, their senior season going pretty well so far. A few weeks left to go, and congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
And Ricky, Mike, we'll send it back to you.
They were on TV, and if you couldn't tell,
Not on the telephone.
they're identical twins. Yeah. Do those guys look alike?
They look exactly
Yeah,
alike.
absolutely. The Snell Brothers, a good win for Elgin. Quick timeout. We'll be back to wrap up the show. Stay with us.